Hey, how's it going, everybody? I always I got to get better with looking at the time. I always feel like I got a lot more left than what's currently there. Let's go back to where we are here. Cool. Okay, so actually today's gonna be a little weird. Gonna be doing something that I don't think I've ever really done on the channel. It's more graphic design than actual artwork. So what I'm doing here, I'll just put it in a little bit of context here. And I understand the kinds of views that I might get for something like this. Long story short, what I talked about doing is JESOP King's all wrapped up. The first issue's done now. So there's a little bit of a gap now before I start production on issue 2. And what I wanted to do is something that I've been meaning to do for a while, which is like to help current readers plus new readers, and for those that are returning readers that are interested in, I guess, some of the lore in my universe here with Jessup King and all that stuff, right? So what I wanted to do, this is a throwback to when I was growing up as a kid, is if you guys have ever maybe I don't know if this was in the I think this was the 90s. It was like you could buy these Marvel cards where they would have like a hero on the front, let's say Wolverine, and then on the back it would have some information, plus like this really cool thing that I'm going to totally swipe. Hey Keeman, how's it going? Which is like a power grid level, which would be like, let's say, from 1 to 10, and they'd be different colors, and you'll see how we put that together. The reason why I dug those is as a kid, right? Because then my mind could go into like, I could compare my Hulk card with the Thing card and see, oh, how different is the strength and stuff like that. It's just small little things that I think are real fun, and it's just an opportunity for me to be able to throw it in here just to like liven up my universe with this stuff. So what we're going to be doing today is working on making those cards. So this is actually what I actually do a lot of this kind of thing at my day job. This is pretty much lately anyway, for the last, I'd say, almost a year now, UI design and crap like that. I'm not the best, I'm not the greatest at all. I've got some tricks that help me get to where I need to go, a lot of learning and stuff like that, but let's do it. So the first thing we're going to work on, and again, I know this could be super boring. I hope some of you guys get something out of this. I know this isn't exactly, it's not art stuff, but it's fun. It's fun little stuff to do. Excuse me. And Photoshop tends to crash quite a bit, so I don't know how well. Excuse me. Still fighting this cold. I don't know how well this is going to stream, but we'll try our best. So the first thing we're going to do here is I've got my document open. I found the dimensions of a Magic the Gathering card, which is about the perfect size that I want. So that's in here. And then I expanded my canvas size so that I can get some room to play around with. Now, what I'm going to do is, this is just sort of like a guide, okay? I don't need to label this stuff. It's just me working on it today. So first and foremost, we're going to be doing a lot of paths. If you guys aren't familiar, there's this thing called gray boxing. I'll explain to you guys what gray boxing is. Gray boxing essentially is, instead of spending all this time and all your time, figuring out the perfect, the perfect graphic that you're going to put somewhere. I find, especially with doing this sort of thing, that if I place gray boxes of where things are going to go, it's easier to manipulate and move it around. All right, so right now I'm going to just put the outside of my card here. We're going to want a path. No, we want a shape. A shape, fill. Let's just get some color going here. Put some gray. Is that not working? Interesting. I use a different version of Photoshop at work, so I'm not quite used to what's going on here. Oh, okay, that's why. Got it. Normally I work on my other monitor, so this is over here, and I'm like, why can't I click around? What the hell's going on here? Alright, so we're just going to make a gray box here. That's cool. And we're going to change the radius here. Let's go to, like, I don't know, like, let's try 50. See how it looks. 50 might be a bit much. I plan on posting these kinds of things too, like online and stuff, right? So I don't have any intent of printing these, but never say never. Hey Dennis, how's it going, buddy? So what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna throw in like a box. Don't need to spend too much time here. Is that really not? Wow, interesting. Alright, let's get this over here. Alright, now a couple of things. These are going to be off screen that you guys can't really see. Actually, let's grab our rulers here. Turn that off. And this will just help it so that I can snap things here if we need them. Cool. Save it up. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is I got a couple things. It's like pretty simple stuff. All I need is a sick piece of artwork. I was actually thinking at work today, like I was really excited to get home to do this. And I'm going back and forth and I'm like, you know what? I wonder if I could do like, I don't want to turn this into a card game. I love playing card games and stuff, but items and characters and stuff like that. So the first ones we're doing are going to be characters like JESOP and stuff, but I was wondering if I should change it so that the bad guys have like a little different of like a frame. So what I'm going to work on today is just the good guys. Whatever the hell that means. I don't know what we're going to get there. So we need a spot for a picture, title, information, and then some sort of power grid, right? So what I like to do with this stuff is, again, we're just doing gray boxy kind of stuff. Fill. I hate that this is off like this. I wonder if there's like something I could turn on. I kind of like having like an octagon and stuff here. So I wonder if, like I have some reference off to the side that you guys can't see, but I'm kind of going back and forth off that. Okay, well let's start with, let's try just doing a box instead. Alright, so we could have big fat title for the name. Maybe we'll do, so we could do the name there. We could have our sweet big picture here, possibly. So already looking like a magic card already, right? I want text and then the power level. So I'm wondering if, like, you know, this might just be the simple way. Like text here, power, I don't know. Because the power level stuff, I'm also thinking in my head maybe of like rotating this or something. Instead of the cards always just being like a playing card, like they're just horizontal instead. Like if our image looked like this, that'd be a lot better for web as well. Alright, well let's try it this way too. So we could have our name, graphic, maybe we'll bring the graphic around like that. Power level, and then just like a blurb. Yeah, let's try this. A lot of back and forth, right? You gotta try a lot. You gotta just try a bunch of stuff. Way she goes. Alright, so let's get all this back here. So what I'm gonna do is also bring this in so we got like a little bit of a bleed. You guys make comics, you know what the hell this is about. Make sure it's even on all sides here. Okay. Let's get our boxes back. And the other trick we'll have to do here is figure out text size. Yeah, something like that. Okay, so let's try to find. I mean, if this is the size here, that would probably be on web. Might be around like that. I don't know what text we're going to use just yet. So this is like default Joe Mad stuff. Your title. Make sure we can read this here. Might have to shrink the picture up. Okay, well, let's try this. So I'm thinking off the reference that I look at, they always have, what did the old cards have? They had strength, intelligence, energy projection, mental powers, fighting ability, and speed. Are those relevant for us? Intelligence, strength, speed, durability, energy projection, fighting skills. I think we just swipe it. Strength, intelligence, energy, mental. Yeah, let's do it. So I'm going to use the longest text here. So energy projection. Energy projection. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boy, oh boy. It's getting smaller and smaller, right? So the old Marvel cards, they went up to 7. Oops. Isn't this fun, guys? You guys have... So they wrote power right. Do we keep that there? text. It's weird. What the fuck? Weird. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, I know that's exactly right. Ipsum lorem. That's exactly right. All right. So we'll have that. We can put for our story for the character. I'll go here. Let's try to get this spacing out here. Whoop. Now I know this font is going to change size too. So we'll have to be aware of that. Let's make a path. Yeah, we'll leave it like that for now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops. Yeah, it's coming together. Boring stuff, I bet. It's all good. This is just wondering how I could apply this for like or to help you guys because I know this. Trust me. For many of you, this is probably just like what you would imagine if it was like to kill yourself. But this kind of stuff, for me anyway, like I've already said in the beginning, just trying to help add some fun stuff to the universe. Because like when you do your own thing, in this case your own comic, right? Like it's up to you to make all the what's it called, the fluff that goes with it. Unless you're gonna pay for it, pay to have somebody else do it for you, right? I'm not saying you have to do any of this stuff, but if you can, in my opinion, I think this does push it just a little bit further than what I guess I don't want to say what everybody else is doing, but it just adds a little something. And this won't be for everybody, but for those of you that you're trying or those that you're trying to attract with this, I definitely think there's some value in it. It gives what I'm hoping anyway. It gives my product or my project as well just a little different flair. Like I'm trying to attract those people that are interested in, growing up with this kind of stuff like I did, as well as trying to incorporate what other people are doing really well with their comics of like a little backstory of characters and stuff like that. Dennis, by the way, it's not for me, but have you seen the Battle Chase? Yeah, I was one of the backers. I think I don't know if they're sending out the copy. I don't know when they're sending the copies out, but yeah, I'm getting it for PlayStation 4. I'm excited. I'm excited to pick that up. Battle Chasers is what got me really into really digging comics. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to do is I like this hexagon shape. I forget where I saw it. Like what? I don't know if it was a video game or what, but I just love the way it's got like a unique look to it. At least to me, I think so. I don't know if do we go this way or do we go that way? I like doing that. Gives a little bit of a sci-fi feel. All right. So this is the point of doing this gray box shit. You can see the design, you can see everything coming in here, all the special effects and all that crap. We can do all that later, and you can spend all the time you want doing all that. I think I don't know how well this is gonna work. Let's try it. think what we'll do too for some style is this. We'll bring all the way off the card. I can't imagine anybody's name is going to be this long. It's possible, but I don't know. So this is where good design. I love what I always say. This is good design. I'm not saying I'm a good designer at all, but there's principles that we carry from one art to the next art style or genre, right? Which is design. Period. Okay. So if you ever hear me talking about character design, same thing's gonna happen here. So like, I'm using a lot of sharp edges, which can be dangerous and stuff. I'm trying to soften them a little bit so they're not sharp, jagged edges. You know, they are still square, so it's a good feeling. But if you notice, this whole right here on the left is where the character will be, and it's the same shape or same style as this hexagon shape, or I don't know what the hell kind of shape this is in here. So what I'm gonna do here, excuse me, it's like triangular shapes are really good for this design anyway. So I'm gonna just keep it going. Sharpen this side. Hey Zelda. Alright. What else we got here? Now I'm just going to put this on here real quick just so I can see a little bit. Hey Darren, how's it going, buddy? It's going good. It's going good, man. We're just working on some character cards here for JESOP. So let's put a little drop shadow action. I think we're going to do like like a traditional. I'm just doing this for now. Again, I don't know if I'm going to keep the drop shadow there like this. Just so I can see it here, right? And actually, let me duplicate this because I feel like the old Wacom here that we're using to put all this on doesn't do it justice. Especially once we start getting into color and all that other crap. Alright, let's put that over here like that. Just shrink it. You know what I'm going to do? We're going to do a test post. Alright, so what the hell does that mean? Alright, so I'm going to post this online actually as a test just to see. Because I'd rather be able to delete this stuff sooner rather than later. I don't know how, you know, now that I'm looking at this sideways one. Well actually here, let's rotate it back. Yeah, the title or the character number there is not going to make sense. Because I'm just trying to think, if I post this on Instagram, let's try it out. Let's see how she looks, and then we'll figure it out. Alright, we'll go image, trim, transparent pixels, yeah. Cool. Image size, yeah, that's fine. File, export. Nope. Save this. Okay, we'll go PNG. Alright, now we'll undo all that. Okay, give me 1 second here, guys. I'm just going to do a quick post. Let's go on buffer. And we'll schedule a quick posty post. Log in. Okay, so we'll post to, yeah, I don't know how well this looks on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Just a test post for something coming soon. These will definitely be posted on Patreon before I share them with everybody too. Okay, let's click share now. Go on my phone. Do 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 do. All right, let's take a look how she looks here. So what I'm checking here is just like how it looks, obviously, and if you can read the text. So you can definitely read the text, which is good on Instagram anyway. I'm gonna need a little bit of a buffer so the text will get shrunk there, and I can't leave it as a PNG. Cool. Okay, let me check Facebook. See how it looks there. It's a little blurry on Facebook until you click on it. And then it just okay, so I can't use buffer. I'm gonna have to post on there. And then Twitter, let's check that. Yeah, Twitter. So it's just Facebook that sucks. Go figure. Okay, cool. Now we'll close that up. It's 7:35 p.m. where I'm at right now. Plenty of night left. Plenty of night left. Okay, so again, for anybody that's coming in a little bit later, we're making a bunch of cards here, or a template anyway, to put our hero cards in there. And this is how I'm going to use, or how, if you go on my website, there's really nothing. I don't know how I'm going to get it there yet, but if you go on my website and you wanted to find out a little bit more about the characters, or like the cast, you know, I don't have that at all. So I want to, excuse me, I want to get these as a throwback to the old Marvel cards that I used to collect with the, like, their different stats, which I think is pretty cool, fun. And right now we just got the template going, and this is usually, honestly, like for the last, like I said, I think month or 2 months, 6 months actually. Now I'm thinking about it, this is really all I do at work. Like, there's no concept art, there's nothing like that. It's all this kind of stuff like that. All right, so I can kind of worry about like some color and stuff now. There's a little bit of design stuff that we'll get to. And we'll need to tighten up some of this stuff here. But I, of course, I'm a big fan of fantasy, so we're definitely going to be keeping a lot of those tropes, I guess. First and foremost, what I want to do is get. I don't know if I have textures on this computer. Let's take a look here. Art. Let's see if we got textures. We got textures. I want like a paper texture. I don't know about these. Let's open both of this. See what we look at. Yeah, I don't really like that. What was the other one? That might work. Let's try it. That's layers. It's like a perfect fit. We'll crop it down. How does it look over here? Nah. Alright, so let's just do a quick Google search. We got paper texture. Paper texture. images, and then we will go to tools, size. We'll do larger than 2 megapixels. Yeah, I kind of like this one. This one's got almost that level of fantasy element to it. It's got the burnt edges. Maybe something like that. Now this, we're not going to need that. Let's do a gradient map. Shit, I got like nothing on this computer, man. All my stuff's at work. That's weird looking. I'm trying to find. Shit, sorry guys, I thought I had a whole bunch more on here. 1 second. Let me download a whole bunch of stuff here. You can tell how much design work I do from home, eh? Like, like nothing. All right, let's go sign into work here. Computer asset. We want gradient maps. There we go. There we go. Okay, so let's, I guess we gotta select all this crap here and download. Uno momento, my friends. Now, if you're not familiar with what gradient maps do, magical little demons, what a gradient map will do is, depending on the color, here, I'll show you here. So, let's pick, we'll go with, we'll do that. Okay. So, what you're doing is, if you can imagine in your mind's eye that the background here, this golden yellowish whatever the hell color, if you can imagine in your mind's eye that it's grayscale, so just value from black to white. What a gradient map does is, you can see in the gradient that we're picking, it's replacing it. So pure black will only ever get as dark as this color. Pure white will only get as pure white can only be this color, and pure black can only be this color. So you can replace them, right? So you can actually change so things don't go ever pure white, things don't ever go black, whatever. And you can get a lot of range out of just doing something like this. So you can see right here, when I flip it here, if I reverse it, it'll look a little bit more make more sense here. So what I'm saying is the white is like this peach color, and the black is like this dark red kind of color, reddish blue. Okay, and it looks pretty cool. It's like a little simple way of just altering something. Why this is really fun and cool to do, to be honest, is if all you want to do is worry about value when you do a drawing, or doing backgrounds, let's say for your comic or something, and you have to do color, whatever you got to do, you can actually just do it all in black and white. That way you can see things a little bit better. I'm trying to think of an example here. So maybe we can bring open one of the JESOP King pages here. Yeah, let's do this one. So you can see this page here, right? We've already got the color on here, just as a practical example here. So if I fill it with black, change the color, I've just turned the whole comic black and white, right? So you can see, like up here, I've got like these pure whites all the way down to like this guy's butt, and even like the gate are close to like a gray. They're actually, whoops. How dark is it? Yeah, it's like a medium. This one's dark, right? So we'd have this. So what you could do is, like, if I just wanted to make like a selection here, maybe I just wanted to affect this bottom color. So if I go gradient map, it'll already make a mask for you, but you can see like what this panel would look like. So you see? Right, so if I wanted to go like, okay, I want my whites because it's kind of like a bluish sky or something. So let's go into like, I don't know, blue, going to like light there. My grays, kind of want to bring them into, like some blue. You can get some really neat effects, and you can get some really interesting like color range and stuff. Some purples or something. But do you see how quickly like you can adjust just like the entire image itself in like a few clicks? It's not. I'm just screwing around with stuff now, but anyway, this is looking horrible. You get the idea. So what I have is at work anyway, which I'm trying to open here while I was talking here, is art. Let me just put this in here. Master reference. I thought I had this on the computer, but anyway, I've downloaded a whole shitload of gradient maps for work. New folder, gradient maps. And if you're using Clip Studio Paint, they come with their own, and they've got a really nice library and really nice colored ones too. Gradient map, Photoshop. So let's put it all in here. Double click. Yeah. And we will unzip it all there. Cool. Okay. Now let's get to work. Hey, Crate, now how's it going, buddy? How you doing? All right, so let's get our gradient map. We're gonna go load, and all right, let's just get the ones we just grabbed. Gradient map, Photoshop. You can actually just search, like Google, right, and just put like gradient maps, free gradient maps, whatever. A lot of these I don't even think we'll be using, but you never know. I like to have a whole bunch going. All right, so let's close this shit. Let's get back to what we're doing. You know what? I actually don't mind this as like maybe because like I was saying a little earlier, I want to have like a little different theme for the bad guys. I don't really mind that too bad. It's not. Maybe I'll just do this. I'll put bad guy question mark. Okay, so just to show you what the hell I am talking about, because this yellow is really throwing us off here, we can go ahead and do a hue saturation, turn that off, right? And then if I wanted to, I can go into levels, so, right? And we can darken them just so we get like richer color and stuff. You see that? But what I do like already is that it's really just mid-tones here. And what the hell I'm talking about, for those of you that have no clue what the hell mid-tones are and whatever I'm saying, is so I want the background to be pretty like flat color, desaturated, you know, that way we can have the nice vibrant poppy colors on top, so that we have to use color in this case to draw our eyes around, right? Just like when you would draw a comic, you have to have your what's it called, like a place to focus, a place for your eye to go to rest. If you don't have that, readers can get a little like disjointed, and they just feel that everything is all over the place. They don't know where they're supposed to go. Let's go brush. I just want to see where the grays are. This monitor is not the best here, so yeah, we're about the spot we want to be. Okay, so now that I've turned it gray, check it out. Like if I put that gradient map up on top, back on top, like it still works, but it's a little bit less saturated, you know. So let's go ahead and do another. Actually, because I know this thing likes to crash all the time, we'll save it up. Gradient map, and you'll see we've got a whole bunch of new ones. Yeah, that's what I wanted to see. And I just click through them one by one, see what we got. Again, I don't mind the yellow. Yellow is like a nice, even that looks kind of cool. Yellowish blue. Like I said a little earlier, when I was thinking about this stuff as I was going, I'm like, you know, it'd be pretty cool. We could probably go in there and just make like a bunch of like, these will be for the characters, the villains, items and stuff, you know, like Momo's. Oh, the other thing too I was thinking of is like having different version of the cards of people, you know. So like JESOP will have him in this story. And if he ever activates his War Machine mode, you know, we can make like a War Machine version a card so that the power settings might go a little different and things like that. So I'm thinking of like a yellow or something perhaps, just for like the main character stuff. You could noodle with this stuff all day. Let me just try something. So let's try to get rid of that levels. So it looks a little better. Okay. So let's grab our color wheel here. I like to just have something here. So we've kind of got like this yellowish brown color. So I have to decide what our color scheme is going to be for this stuff. So this I'm ripping right from the what's it called? Marvel cards. So they're going to be a rainbow. So we're going to have 6 colors in here. That's where a lot of colors going to be. So I know we can use a lot of neutrals and stuff in a lot of these spots. But the title, I just don't know. Just trying to figure out here. Right. So we can go like a purple would pop, a blue would pop. I feel like a red would pop too if we go red. I'm playing with the shades of green a little bit. Or we just go analogous here. Or what we do, I'm just speaking to myself here. So if we go like a purplish yellow, and this gives us the red to pop there, that means these can kind of be a bluish gray. Yeah, I like that. So this magic picker, it just never works for me. I don't know how to get it to work, but whatever. What I'll do is I'll just print screen this. See if that works. New. What a shitty way to use a plugin, eh? Garbage. Okay, so put this here. How saturated is that red? Oh, it's pure red, eh? I don't know if we'll use pure red, but we'll see. So anyway, so just so you can see, so we'll have this, right? So it's red. So you see how it pops right away? Like you can't not look at that because that thing is so saturated. Even when we go black and white, check it out. See how dark that just got? Interesting, eh? Interesting how this works. I don't know if we'll be going this bright, but I'm just using that as a base for the colors here. So like I was saying, the whole point I wanted to use a color wheel here is just to get like our color palette. So you can see like the background here is the primary color for this is like this orangish red, so or this orangish yellow. And what I want our attention to go to would be the title. Bang, right there. Everything else, I'm probably gonna make a frame for this for where the character will sit. But even this stuff here, I'm gonna go into this blue. So I'm gonna grab the blue, but we're not going that. We're going like a friggin' way more desaturated than that. So let's just go in here, just so you can kind of see it. All right, just something a little bit like that, perhaps. And let's see if we can make like a shape out of this. So first and foremost, let's grab a really lame picture of JESOP. Actually, I think I have one that's perfect. This one. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna have him pop over it or not. We'll see. So we'll paste them, and we will clip them there, right? So something like this, right? You can see it kind of coming together, right? I hope. This isn't the best picture to use, but something like this, we can put like a little frame on there. This has got a lot of work or ways to go. Like I could go super simple with this like this and just sort of like leave it and I think it'd be fine. But we want a little bit of pizzazz in there, right? So let's turn this crap off. We're not gonna need that. The font color, we're still gonna have to do something there. This here, I think what would be kind of cool. That doesn't look bad either. Here, let's save it. All right, we're getting a lot of layers here, so let's. So this will be info. Oops. The fuck? Oh, it's locked. That's why. Stupid. So let's put all this up here. La 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 la. And all of this here is the info. Or this would be powers, right? Yep. And this is the card. Just want to clean this up a little bit here. All right, so I want to have like a little bit more of some texture action going in here. So let's grab this. We'll start frigging around with that. Why can't I grab? Because it's locked. I love it. All right, I don't know if I have. See, I don't use Photoshop. It's funny. My work Photoshop and my home Photoshop are just so different. Oh, I do have them. Sweet. Okay, cool. I've got a bunch of these brushes that look like they're organic, or I hope they look like they're organic. Let's turn the text off. Like brush splatter kind of things. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go like that. Yeah, I don't like that one. Let's find something like that. Yeah, it might be better. See what I'm doing here? Just trying to like grunge it up a little bit. We'll go there and we will try to warp a little bit. This is how UIs are made in games and shit, guys. If you're interested at all, if this is like a career or something you guys are interested in, at my job, obviously you guys know I draw, right? Like that's my thing. And when I was hired, where I'm at, for the most part, that was all I did. And you know, work dries up a bit. You only need so much art in a game before, if anything, they just need like promotional art and advertisement and stuff like that. So eventually, it was sort of like I had to. I didn't have to. It was a choice. If I wanted to do something like this, then it just gave me more work, and it wasn't like a. Again, I guess I'm making it sound a little bit like it was this or I was unemployed. It wasn't like that at all. But I've definitely gotten some gains from doing this sort of thing that I normally wouldn't have done, right? Like everything I do is comic book and illustration and stuff. So this kind of thing it's been fun. It's made me develop more as an artist. Maybe not in the direction I would have intended to go, but definitely a different direction, which is good. All right, so I'm gonna copy all that stuff. We're gonna put it in the powers folder, and let's do that. Let's actually close the one we were just doing, the info. I have to adjust it a little bit. And the powers. Let's get this all underneath here. Anyway, yeah, like I was saying, for those that are interested in like graphic design, this isn't. I don't think this is necessarily graphic design, but my brother does graphic design, and this is. I would say it's kind of similar to what he would normally be doing. So if this kind of thing is interesting to you, might be a field you're interested in. We'll rotate that a bit like that. Hey James, how's it going, buddy? Alright, so let's bring that down. Alright, so what I'm thinking, let's duplicate this. I'm going to merge all this together here. And we can lower the opacity. I'll have to change the font colors and stuff for sure, but what if we can go to color? I'm thinking of like this dark stuff might be alright. Trying to get it to go back blue here. I don't know. Alright, let's see what we had here for this. So this is subtract, and then we're going to get all these guys. I've been watching the that's a channel, F-U-T-U-R, Footer, is that it? Or is it just a clever way of saying future? Here on YouTube, they do a lot of this type of stuff. It's all rather fascinating. Yeah, it's definitely, I've had a lot of headaches. At work, just trying to figure this stuff out, because it's like if you're not good at drawing something like women or something like that, Was it subtract? There it is. You know, it pushes you to like try to get a little better. You know, it's tough, totally tough. What do we got here? All right. Well, let's try to get some sort of thing going on here. So let's turn this off. I want to have. All right. Let's go into our favorite friend here, blending modes. And let's see what we can get going here. So I would like some sort of stroke around there. Maybe we can do. We'll go inside with this one. Go a little thicker, something like that. And we'll fill it with a gradiente. I like reflected. Reflected's pretty good. And maybe we'll put the light source like over here. And I'll start fiddling around with this stuff. See what we get. Like the reddish orange would be probably best because that's kind of like, not this, but like maybe even that might be alright. How's it look over here? Once we put some, let's just try this for now. Alright, so I'll have this. Put a little inner shadow on that. We'll do the 120 again. Actually, 140 might look a little better. And drop shadow. Let's add another inner shadow here. Yeah, see you, buddy. Oh man. What does this look like? Bevel and emboss is usually like a just stay away. Get out of here. Let's try a different one. Yeah, the drop shadows are pissing me off. That one looks like shit too. Maybe if we just do. Let's pick a dark color already. Uh, I don't know if I like having a straight line across like that. shit. We don't we don't want that. Where is it? Is this? We'll have to see here. Not feeling very confident with excuse me, where this is kind of going so far. But that's the way she goes. Now that I'm looking at this, I think I'm going in the wrong direction. So when I started, I said, obviously I love fantasy. That's where I'm going with this. But JESOP is more along the lines of, sci-fi, science fantasy. So this here, I think it's getting a little too fantasy. So I'm gonna keep it. But tomorrow, when I come back at this, I'm gonna have to try to put a lot more gloss, I suppose, would be the better way of looking at it. Okay, well, let's put the text in here before I wrap up here. Let's get, what do we got here? So, forget what we needed. Okay, that's what we need. So I'm copying this verbatim here. So, power ratings. Energy projection. I don't know if I like energy. I guess it makes sense. I think I like intelligence here instead. Speed, strength, agility. It's kind of the same. Dexterity. Actually, you know what? Maybe let's keep this going. Intelligence. Oh, we already got intelligence. What the hell? Where am I? Where? Strength, intelligence. Did I even spell that right? Intelligence. Okay. Energy projection, mental powers. Mental powers. Fighting ability. And speed. Sped. Speed. Okay. Hey, Kay, how's it going, buddy? Working on sort of like playing cards, ripping off Marvel's old ability cards to do. So this will be like character cards for like a little cast info for people for JESOP King. So right now I'm just making a template, you know, and then we can always just throw new images and put new text and all that cool stuff. Okay, so let's start here. I still got to change some of this. I'm not like obviously I'm not using this text there. So let's go like a purple. I'll go. I don't want to go too saturated here. So this. There we go. Had to crash at least once, right? Let's see if we get lucky and it's not corrupt. Cool. All right, so we're gonna do. I don't know how well white will work, but let's try it. So we'll go like a. What? Oh god. Like a purple. Are you serious? Oh, fucking Photoshop, man. My computer just can't run this Photoshop. I can clearly tell. Adding a simple blending mode shouldn't cause it to crash. Oh my god. Crashed again. Okay, this is great. This is absolutely freaking great. I wonder if I could just keep doing this in Clip Studio. Let's try it. It's horse shit too, by the way. Yeah, the blending modes won't be here. Oh, none of the blending. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, okay. So we can't do it in here. It's I'm gonna give it one more shot here, and then I'll probably just call it, cause I don't know what the fuck. I'll have to figure out some other way of working this around. This is horse shit. This is horse poop. Cards. Before I move on, I'm going to save a duplicate just in case, because all this crashing, it's got me friggin' nervous. So when I do this, it crashes. Is that gonna work? No. Maybe I just gotta take it a little slower. It's gonna make it a little slower, you know. Brutal. Hey Peyton, how's it going? Finally made it to another stream. What's going on, John? Hey brother, I'm just working on some cards that'll be used as like little cast, I guess you could say, images for the cast. You'll see when I zoom out, unless it crashes, in which case I'm sorry. I'll be drawing one thing when I'm done adding the color to these, if that happens. It's the RPG cards I told you guys about. Alright, so let's go to green. Stroke. One left. Can we make it? Is it possible? Okay, I'm walking away from this for now, so we're gonna do some drawing. So everything's pretty much in place. We can move things around, all that cool stuff. But yeah, I think this is it'll be fun. Like I say, tomorrow I'll be doing this on my own. I most likely won't be streaming it. I'm not sure, but you know, as fun as this looks and stuff, which I think is really cool. I'm just concerned that it's a little. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, let me just fix something. I think it's a little too fantasy, right? where Jessup King, it's pretty fantasy. It's not too science fiction, but it's a little bit more superhero. Superhero, I find, always ends up going a little bit more sci-fi than it does just fantasy. You know, so we'll see. But just looking at this, like this still needs quite a bit of work. This is like a great starting point for sure. Just tightening up some stuff, putting some custom stuff in there, like you guys saw while I was doing this. Everything was pretty much you know, blending modes, put some filters in, and that kind of stuff like that. But the color choices where we want it. Other than that, you know, I might, most likely I will change it to like a sci-fi thing. So like, just like an example of what like I mean when I'm saying like sci-fi. Let's see if this crashes here. So we'll put this one back. Like sharp edges always work. Let me just get all this back here. So all that I would turn off for sure. So this would, you know, it could look something a little bit more like, even you have to excuse the top there, that bar there. So again, go to blending options, and it's just like shiny kind of gradients, right? So we'll go like, again, reflected. Oh, seriously, it didn't keep all the, oh, great. What a shit show when this thing crashed, man. Gradient maps. There we go. It's funny. I want to give you guys an example, but these gradients will hit it the way I need it to be hit here. So let's just we'll try this blue. I know this blue's gonna be shit, but you know what I'm saying? Like just by adding a little bit of like an angle, just making it more slick. It's a little bit more sci-fi. But again, I don't know. I don't know where we're gonna go with that. But anyway, let's close this up. Hell no. Let's open up Clip Studio. We're doing some breakdowns here. Just give me a second here, guys. I'm gonna be right back, and then we can draw this up. Sorry. Are these profile info? Sorry. Are these profile info about each character? Yeah, they will be. Yep. Okay, 1 second, you guys. Okay, so what this is this is all I have to do today for, and then all my work's all caught up. So JESOP King's done. Issue 2, I'm working on the plots. But I gave myself, a few weeks anyway to come up with all that stuff. So what I'm working on is the remaining. Hey, buddy. Okay, so I guess it disconnected there, so I don't know where I was cut off. But so what I'm working on is continuing. I've got, I think, 19 cards left for the RPG set that we did. These ones are a little bit more involved. They're going to involve coloring, tight line art, all that cool stuff like that. But for right now, all we need are breakdowns. So these ones are like actions in the set that we're doing. Whoops, weird. What the hell? 1 second. What is going on here? Let's pause that. So my Cintiq. What the hell's going on? It's like going on the wrong screen. Oh, the driver wasn't found. Okay. See if that fixed it. Interesting. It's just so you guys can see what's going on. It's saying my Wacom driver isn't there. Wow. When Photoshop crashes, it crashes hard, eh? Alright, well, let's see if we can fix this, right? How do we reconnect it? Now, I saved something in Evernote. Let's check her out. Alright, Wacom. Fixing Wacom. This might be it. So this might help you guys to fixing Wacom drivers. Yeah. Okay, even though blah 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 blah. Okay, so let me just check this video real quick. So this might help some of you guys if you guys ever have this issue instead of restarting your computer. I've had this happen every now and then. This is a Windows thing. So what do you type? You type in services. That's it. Okay, services. That comes up. And we are looking for Wacom. So click in here, click Wacom. Right there. We're going to go restart. See if we get lucky. Grab our mouse. Great. I think we're good. Let's try it. See if we get some pressure sensitivity or not. Sure don't. Okay, that might just be the software though. So let's go over here. You gotta let's do a little bitching now. Everybody like bitching? You go to work, you work, you do your thing, you come home, you want to get a little side hustle going, you want to do a little something on the side to get a little bit better. And then it's stuff like this, and I'm being overly dramatic here, but it's stuff like this that makes me go, it'd be nice, just sticking with pen and paper. There we go. Problem solved. God damn. Oh, you just told me right now. Sorry, I had to go off screen there. So painstakingly, you said the exact same thing. So great. I'm glad that caught up. Yeah, no, that worked. Yeah, installing the driver over and over again. I've been down that road. That road sucks. So yeah, I hope anyway, AK, that might have helped you out there. It's just seeing that, so you don't have to do that. Okay, so this one we got a cat jumping through a window. Hey, buddy. So let's get a perspective. Hey, Jesse. Let's rock that. All right, so we're doing breakdown. Whoops, we're doing breakdowns here, so we don't gotta go too crazy. So it's almost just tightening up kind of what we got going here. All right, let's put some clothes on them. Cool. Okay, so that one's done. And I think, what time is it? Yeah, we can try to sneak in another one here. This one's actually really friggin' tough. Figure it out here. Actually, hold on. I think I had some feedback for this one. 1 second. Oh, no, I think this one was fine. Okay. is this you're working on? So no, this is it's a commission from a client. We're just wrapping up our Kickstarter cards from last year. It's a role. It's like a. I don't think it's a role playing game necessarily. I call them RPG cards because I clearly don't know what the hell they're for. But my understanding, it's a card game, and these are the last ones wrapped up. It was like a fighting card game. I don't know how long you've been following me for or not, but towards the end of last year, we were working on some RPG cards. They're like fighting actions and stuff like that. So these would be the environments and stuff like that that you could do to affect some of that. I forget when the Kickstarter is going live for the cards. I believe it's November sometime. Could be October. This guy is sliding through the top window of a door. It's a really weird thing to draw. most ridiculous looking thing ever. Alright, well, with that, I'm going to say bye, you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. And fuck, during that shit show. That was all this tech going through and all the problems they're having. But anyway, thank you guys so much. So if you're on Patreon, stay tuned for the cards. Anyway, they'll be tomorrow. I'm pretty sure tomorrow is my deadline to get them done. So possibly over the weekend. I might extend it a little bit. We'll see how far we get tomorrow. If I dig them and all that stuff. But if you're on Patreon, you guys see them first. If you're not on Patreon, don't worry about it. It's all good. I'll be releasing them eventually, and we'll see. It shouldn't be too much longer. I don't want to hold them back too much. But anyway, thank you guys again. I hope you guys are all enjoying whatever you guys are doing where you're at right now. And until the next stream, you guys keep reading comics, keep making comics, and I will talk to you later. Bye bye.